I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know what happened. I think because my computer was slowing down and I was trying to sign out of other windows that it completely kicked me off. But, you know, we're back. We're back. I'm just going to get Josh and James back in here because they had no idea, as did I, what was going on. And, you know, Josh was getting on a on a good run there, so I think so. If they don't, Jamie, can you just alert them that I started a new one? That would be really, really helpful. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sharing it on Twitter. Can't believe that. If they don't know, just let them know, please. That would be really awesome of you guys. Hi, Dimitri. How are you? Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. All right. As soon as Josh and James get back in, so I can give them the link. Because, of course, neither one of them have Twitter, so I can't do it that way. Just let everybody know that I started over. I know some of them probably ran to Alma's Periscope, which is fine, but those that are still hanging out in the last one, just let them know I restarted it. Okay, okay. Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions with that. Come on, slow pokes. I had to instruct Josh and James to sign out of the old one because they were having a good old conversation. But if they haven't done that, then they're probably still in there. Where are y'all? Did we lag again? Hello. Is there anybody out there? Hi, Elsie. Thank you, Jamie. No, Dimitri, a lot of men do that. I don't think it's weird at all, especially if it's something that bothers you. Hi, Yvette. Lord knows there's enough men on YouTube that wear makeup, so no, I don't think so. Nah, no. We all have to do, we all try things that we hope are going to help our situation. Ugh. Josh and James, where are you? It's like the JJ show. Got Jay on one side, Jay on the other. Have I ever watched Onision's videos? No. The only Onision video I ever watched was the one he made about Marina Joyce. You're fine, Natalie. You're in here. You made it. It was my fault because everybody kept saying that they were having issues coming in and it was lagging on my end. And what I ended up doing is I hit the Google Hangout on my side and it just lost the whole thing. And the very two people that were worried about, do you guys know, yay, hopefully side chat it stays working, are not here. Anyone see Josh or James? Or if James is on Periscope, tell him to get off Periscope. Then I'm waiting on them. And I need my wrenchers. Where are my wrenchers? Yeah, I can't do Onision. I mean, he's a gamer, or that's what I think he is, so I don't really pay too much attention to him. Let me see. Let me see. Are we still on the old chat, boys? Because if you are, that's not good. Oh, yay. Okay. All right. I'm putting the link on the side chat. Josh, there you go. I'm sorry. Oh, yay. Okay, good. I was having a little bit of an anxiety attack, but I'm good now. I'm sorry, side chat. Well, there's a link, guys. Hey, hey, Janine. Oh my God, my voice sounds terrible. Can always tell when I've been crying. My voice is horrible. I'm calm, Helen. I'm calm. I get any calmer, I'm gonna fall flat on my face. There he is.
I'm I'm in right now.
Yes, you are.
Okay, James, are you there? The weird thing was when it ended, like
Mm-hmm.
we all could hear, all three of us could hear each other.
Mm-hmm. Aha, too late. Saw you anyway.
Oh my God, I'm not even like near it. What is it showing?
Right now, your empty chair.
Okay. Oh God. Turn me off for a second because I don't want to
All
be
right, all right,
seen
all right, all right,
seriously.
all right, all right. Well, they can't see anything until you turn the camera around.
Well, the camera's in front. The thing
No, no,
is,
no,
when
the little icon,
yeah.
the icon above it. Just there you
Okay,
go.
okay, okay. Damn, see, it happened again. Now the trolls are gonna
Yay!
have a lot
Oh,
of fun.
stop it.
See, oh my God, I see the empty chair. Where's the picture? The
Because
camera's on. Okay, there we
it's
go.
lagging. There it is. There you go.
Damn, that was weird. I felt like the purge was after me.
Oh my God. And you're
It's
so
so funny.
much better looking than the picture you have up there, you weirdo. What's wrong with you?
No, I have,
Nah, don't start. I don't want to hear
yeah, I'm
it.
49 years old. It's so funny
And
because my dad, he because I have a smartphone, and my father at 86 just got his own smartphone, and he said like, I'm learning how to text. Do you text? And I never turn my cell phone on. I just don't.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm from the time when we had pagers. Remember pagers?
Of
But
course.
I'm like not very technical and stuff. That's why I don't know how you would actually start one of these hangouts. But I mean, I know that when you're invited, you gotta, you know, download something. But yeah, that was crazy. But I don't know where James is. But it was James was very thanks, Natalie.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I would never know.
you still doing your homework? Yeah. Why you putting
Ah,
it
Gigi
down?
saw me.
Okay. Hi. Guys, 9:53. It is now officially my daughter's birthday. So,
Happy birthday.
yay! All day she's like waiting for it. I mean, we said happy birthday like 800 times, but it's officially now she was actually born. So, tell him, Gigi, right?
That's nice. But I don't know. James got lost, but
And
James,
James always
he,
gets lost.
it's funny because he was telling me when we went, like when it went off, he was telling me about his wrestling and all of that, and that's
Hmm.
interesting because I know about that, and it was kind of funny, but he'd like to get into acting, and I think he should.
I think he should too. When he mentioned it at first and he was talking about like he went to a couple of these things and I'm like, why doesn't he do community theater? Why doesn't he try, for free? Don't think you always have to do it the way where you've got to be trained for it. Lord knows not all of us were trained for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I know people that are big time. I mean, people that have a lot of clout and are in movies and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
they never graduated high school.
Mhm.
Okay, and they've never studied. They just basically read lines, and that's why believe it or not, the best actors are the best liars, because
Mhm.
you're able to make people believe things that that aren't real. It's a script.
It's so funny you said that because they actually use that against me out there somewhere. They're like, "Isn't doing an actress?" It's like, okay, people, really, like, there's a difference between acting and knowing and doing a role, and I couldn't act a certain way outside of me if I tried. I mean, do it like give me a role, yes, but
Mhm.
if I have to pretend to be something internally with me that I'm not, I can't do that. It's just impossible. If I'm going to be somebody else, then that's one thing. But I haven't taken on acting to that capacity where it's like, oh, I'm going to be this person today when I jump on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because as far as YouTube goes, as a viewer, sometimes when people have like a tagline that they say when they start, it's interesting, and they kind of build a brand, but after a while, it gets annoying. you
it.
know,
I know, I know, I
you don't
know.
ever do it. You ever do
Well,
that,
I
but
I always do. Hey guys, it's cauliflower. It's like it's annoying, but it
no,
is what it
it's
is.
not. No, 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 no. No, no, there's some that are just, I mean, they say it the same exact way every time, and
What do
it's
you
just,
mean? What do you mean, like, hey bitches? You mean like that?
that's one of them. That's one of them. But uh, the one that I find the funniest is, hey, everybody, it's Peter.
I
I'm not going anywhere. Where would I go? I'm YouTube
I'm YouTube
famous.
famous. I'm YouTube famous. Oh, I was talking. So today I was on the phone with like Shane Dawson. Oh, I love him. I love him. Like, okay, we
Oh
get
my
it. We
God,
get it.
him and Charles Gross on a cell phone. Like, I would
Oh.
pay to listen to what they
Mhm.
talk.
Mhm.
They are. I mean, they are entertaining. I will give
I
them
think
that.
Charles would be like, Peter, just calm down. You're too excited. I told you, calm down. Like, I really think he would try to be like,
Right.
oh, Peter, you love me. Oh, Charles, you love me. Oh, please, I'm YouTube famous. Ah, da, da, da. Okay.
I know. And you know what? I'd like to address something. They are going. Okay. Besides you and a lot of
Hmm.
other channels that I subscribe to, there's a guy that I just have the utmost respect for, and they're going after him hard, and that's John Cookian.
Oh
I,
my God, I don't understand why I love him. I love him.
because he's real, and because he's smart, and because
Hmm.
he does research, and he does interviews, and he actually is in the medical field trying to find cures, like doing real things that are
Hmm.
going to make a difference in people's lives. And yet he has the time. And he's so adorable. He is so cute. I'm old enough to
Hmm.
be his father, but he's so cute, and he's so natural in front of the camera, and there's no reason for them to come. His channel has grown. A lot of people like him, and other people are losing subscribers, so they are,
Exactly.
you know,
He's a threat. He poses as a threat because he's different, because he's fresh to the scene, and he's not boring, and he's not regurgitating the same stupid stories, and he's actually adding in, different like effects and props, and he's just entertaining. And these
yes,
people don't like him because they're taking away their bread and butter. Like, I don't want to have to go through all that. I'm lazy. I'm Mr. Petty. I just want to spill the tea. I don't want to go and do any of that.
yeah.
You
But
know?
I love it. Like, okay, the drama whole thing. We were watching it, and then we became a part of it. One thing that it was a negative situation, but out of every negative situation, I try to find what the message is, and
Mm-hmm.
the message is it's funny sometimes to mock other people, but when it becomes hurtful and they don't deserve it,
Right.
that's what makes me so mad. And that's you hear people say all the time about celebrities, the tabloids, they're it's not fair, don't buy them, it's not, but people love the drama. And we kind of liked it too when it was about other people.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
here's my thing about that. I was just saying this to Nikki the other day about drama channels. Yes, as a society, we do like drama. We like to follow it. We have Netflix for that reason.
right,
We watch reality TV shows for that reason. But the point to all of that is there's always a means to an end. There's always an end of a chapter, an end of a show. You get to the end and it's done, and then you move on to something else. See, in this particular situation, that's not the case. It's the same old recycled stuff going on and on. There's no end. It's just a consistent roller coaster of no endings. And when you reach anything and there's a cliffhanger, you want to come back for more. See, that's why people keep doing what they're doing
yeah,
by
yeah.
giving
See
them
that,
the attention.
right? See, that's why I mean, when you look back on it, like in retrospect, you understand what they were doing. Each week, one of the panelists was the one that they all jumped on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And eventually, if it's gonna be you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's for views, and it's because people love drama, and uh and there's a
But
new channel, and you know i i I know people think that Felicia is a troll and everything, but she is a very smart young woman.
I don't think
And
she's a troll anymore.
no,
I'm going to publicly say this, that I don't care. I seriously have come to the realization that Felicia, even Mid, and some of the rest of them, honestly, were always probably the good people that we just mistook for trolls because they went against the very people that were complaining about them.
yeah, yeah, and I do, I get there's certain people that I like, and certain people that I just get a bad vibe from,
Yeah.
just from having lived and being around a lot of different people, and sometimes people portray something that they're not, and I there's people out there like that, and I think the truth always comes to light. Always, in the end, you
Hmm.
always find out, what's going on and everything. But I cried when MB came on Lori's Hangout and
Hmm.
said that she was going to have assisted suicide, because
Hmm.
when I first joined Twitter, she came to me and was very kind and told me where she lived, and told me about her channel, and just was she is a very sweet woman, and we need more MBs in the world, because they went after her
I
bad,
know.
and and the the one who just had another boob job. She
Mm-hmm.
was mean, and you know what? Karma is a bitch, and it's gonna come back because to say that, make rumors about people, say, who are ill, and to say that they're making it up, it's
First of
I
all, anybody that can look at that woman and think she made anything up is
right.
baffling to me because, listen, the only reason I can say anyone can misunderstand MB is because of her accent. Other than that, you can
Mhm.
tell in her eyes, in her demeanor, in her face, in the way she is with Kipper. She's a very loving,
Yes.
warm
Oh,
individual.
Kipper is such a
Hmm.
nice human being. I mean, they just wanted to be together, and it's so sad,
Hmm.
but she's been in pain for a while, and I was glad that she came on and she shared. I wasn't in the side chat. I didn't say anything until after the video was over with. But I know that her transition's going to be easy because she's really a sweet. And when I say people are sweet and kind, I've communicated with them like
Hmm.
privately, not just on YouTube or on Twitter. I mean, the private DMs, and people were actually emailing me saying, "Are you okay?" And stuff. And one thing I'll say about you, Don, is you
Hmm.
have respect for the people that come on your hangouts. When somebody comes in the room, I'm really not I'm not watching because I'm trying to think of what I'm saying, but I'm
Hmm.
not watching the room. But Helen's on it, and she's got a wrench, and she knows how
Hmm.
to use it.
Yep.
But it's just she's just a kind-hearted, sweet woman who just loved sharing, makeup and all of that on her channel. Just like Gigi
Hmm.
loves makeup, and if I could have anything for Christmas this year, I
Hmm.
would I would love for Gigi to be able to do makeup tutorials because I've seen her and she's beautiful. She's
Hmm.
beautiful inside and out, and she's very good with makeup. And when you're going through a tough time in life, and we all do, you know,
Hmm.
and you have to find something that makes you happy, that you enjoy, and you have to go for it. And she loves makeup, and she likes expensive makeup, and she's got a great makeup collection. And she I hope she can get to the point where she could kind of turn the trolls off, and you know um do like her own makeup and show how it works and stuff like that. Because she's a beautiful woman, and she's like all of us, we've have hard lives, but she's had a very hard life, and she's a survivor. And I will come for somebody if they call her a name or if they
Hmm.
disrespect her. Like I said, I'm a nice guy until you mess with me or somebody I care about, and then the Italian comes out.
Well, here's the thing about that, seriously, and I know a lot of you are like very curious as to why, because some of you, I guess, missed the first hangout that I unfortunately ended, which I didn't mean to. Um, the reason I was upset is there's a lot of, I'm going through the motions of things, and as the end of the year is approaching, it's like I get into this mode of, what happened in the last couple of months, like what happened to me. And I have gone through this huge ordeal, as you guys know. I mean, not just with, the stuff in social media, but with myself. It's like I struggle with my identity on YouTube. I struggle with what I want to do personally. I struggle with getting motivated to do it. I've been in a very big funk, and I fell into the dark rabbit hole of all of this drama that I'm so desperately trying
Mhm.
to climb out of it. But unfortunately, along the way, what I ended up doing was latching on to people who I thought I could trust, and all this. And now I'm watching it unfold in front of me again, and it's making me so angry. all this time that I invested and I wasted on people that don't deserve it. And I just want to put it out there and say to the rest of you that keep this going, because I love you guys, I do, but you guys are the ones that keep this going. The more you give them attention, the more you're like, oh, hey, how's it going? The more they love it. They eat it up like it's candy. They're not, this isn't normal the way that they are handling this type of social media. Doing YouTube is about sharing things that you're good at, your skills, what you love to do, getting into communities, collaborating, having fun. That's doing YouTube. It's not centered around who's bothering you that week, who you're not going to get along with that week, who said this, that, and the other thing on this Periscope, on this Hangout. It's it's saturating YouTube to such a point that all I go on my when you go on your suggestions on my side, all I see is black. You want to know why? Guess what's in my suggestions? All black. Hang out, hang out, hang out, hang out. All that's all I ever see is who's talking about that, who's and the fact that I am doing a hangout too, but I'm trying to establish some semblance of like getting it back to it being a community about sharing each other's pain and supporting each other and uplifting each other and having friendships and being able to trust people again. It's like I'm trying to do that out of the rubbles of all of this crap. And it's hard. And I feel like I need others to get on board with this instead of
Mm-hmm.
feeding into this other shit. Like, why do you guys keep going back? Are you really invested in these people that you really care about them? Or is it because you can't break away? I really want to know. That's what I think I
The,
was
the,
trying to say
the, the,
before.
the thing is, when a lot of people that are negative on YouTube are people that a lot of them are shut-ins. They don't go out very much. You don't see them, with their cameras out and about, doing things. You always see them in the same place. And a lot of those people, this is their life. I mean, we all, have jobs or whatever, and, we come home and this is kind of, fun entertainment. But for the people who are on like 24/7, I mean, all you have to do, people that don't delete their periscopes, you can see how often they go on. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you're if you have a healthy life and you have things that responsibilities that you have in the real world, how do you have the time to be like periscoping and talking about like who said what to who? And I mean, I just ignore them. I just give my opinion. And what it's my opinion, I'm entitled to it, and I give
Mm-hmm.
it. And if you're a good person, like when I saw Natalie's channel, I was like, go Natalie, because you're beautiful and somebody's coming for you, and you are standing up to them and telling the truth. And I know, by the way, everything she said was the truth,
Mm-hmm.
because people, you know people like you, they email you and stuff like that. And I've never liked that woman that she was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, but she's behind the scenes, she's just a troubled person, and that's why I'm trying not to have hate for people. I'm trying to understand psychologically why they're doing what they're doing. And yeah, I think Felicia is a very intelligent woman, but
Mm-hmm.
she loves the drama. And I just, I did one hangout with you on your birthday, and
Mm-hmm.
then I had to go and do another one, and it was too much for
I
me.
know.
I mean, guys, it's like when you're on a panel like this, it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. It is. I said that too after you. you sent me that DM and you're like, I just can't do this. And I'm like, I said that. I was like, you know what? He was on mine for a few hours. I said, and then he went to Felicia's, and, people challenge things you say, and they want, the thing with Felicia is she takes the John Kukian approach to this whole situation. She
Yes.
pieces it, and she tries to get the real hard facts, and she tries
Mm,
to, and she has other people doing that with her, and they
mm,
get the real interesting, intricate little details. And that's
mm,
why I think she's so enjoyable, because she's not doing it from a, well, allegedly, well, what I heard was, but I wasn't really
mm.
paying attention, even though I am paying attention, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I
um
love her voice. I mean, I could listen to her voice if she did like books on tape or something, or ASMR. I mean, she just has and I told her, I'm like, I wonder what you look like, because to me it's Nicole Richie's face, but I know it's not Nicole Richie. But it's
mhm
like I wonder what she looks like in person. How you try to put a face with a voice, and sometimes
mhm
it doesn't, match, and sometimes it does. But she's smart for keeping her identity, not known. You can't dox her or do anything
mhm
like that. She's very smart that way, where she doesn't give out too much information. And I was asking because I was curious about stuff, and it was funny. She was going, "Who wants to know?" And
I
I
know.
said, me, and I said, that should be your tagline. Who wants to know? Like that,
Mhm
that'd be a funny one. But um, I thought I would get um some type of concern. Um, I thought that she would um, wonder how I was, and it kind of hurt me a little bit that she didn't, reach out to me. And I was in a chat room, and I said hi to her. And no, oh, it was a Periscope. Periscope. I deleted, Periscope, but I had Periscope. But she
mhm
came into our mutual friends,
mhm
thing. And I said hi, and no response.
I think, honestly, and I'm not trying to, like, throw out their secrets, but I think when they are watching or involved in someone's Periscope, again, it's like taking down notes. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I
It's
see.
like,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's a personal thing. I think
Yeah.
it's, because she's very,
Yeah.
very happy to see people come into her hangout. She addresses everybody and,
Mm.
hey, oh, hi, and
There
so I
is, there
don't think it
is.
was a personal thing on that end.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying. But there is one person. You know how when you hear like somebody types or whatever, you
Mm-hmm.
you kind of get their personality. You
Yes.
understand who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there's somebody in that group that professes to know a lot about everything. And if you tell them, or you're speaking and you're talking about your own personal like health issues, they question you. They like, what do you want? You want my doctor's phone number? Do you want
Mm-hmm.
it? That's why I identified with what happened to MB, because people were saying, or somebody was saying, not people, but somebody was saying, like, you're not qualified to talk about that. Like, you're not, and I'm like, it happened to me.
I was
I've
just going to
been,
say, anybody who's got experience in something, if you have gone through a traumatic situation, if you have gone through experiences, if you have been in anything that involves time and your personal body, your mental, what have you, is
mm,
experience. So, yes, you
mm,
do have a right.
right. That person, though, has the same, let's say, voice when they type as somebody that we all know and is disliked by a lot of people. And Gigi knows who I'm talking about. It's not Gigi, but I've emailed Gigi and I've told her what I thought. And the more that I like watch, the more I think it's one person um, in two accounts, because you never see that person in like the room when a hangout is being done. So I'm thinking on what, maybe just trolling fun, or maybe it's multiple personality. There is such a thing as multiple personality disorder. And, it could be, people are convinced that, something bad is happening to them, or somebody's following them, or somebody's calling them on the phone every day. And, it's in their reality, it's happening, but in real life, it's not. Or like I said, it could be trolling and they're like laughing behind the scenes. But I will tell you, I I
Welcome
I
back, James.
I think I
Thank
know
you.
who's. Hey James, do you know who's Stinky Wrinkle? Remember Stinky Wrinkle?
That's me.
Oh, don't get
I'm
him
Stinky
started,
Wrinkle.
Josh.
You are not Stinky
Yes,
Wrinkle.
I have a. If you see my face here, I got a wrinkle underneath my beard, and I have habitual gas. If you
Let's
see it in, if you go on Periscope and look back in one of my scopes, there is a time when I had gas in my car. Luckily, I had body spray. I was like, cool. And I was sitting there spraying it.
Hey,
That's
Jalen.
funny. That's funny, but
Okay, somebody has to
Jalen.
shut their YouTube side off because then we hear the.
I think James.
No, James, I
Me?
think is okay.
I got
It,
earphones on.
it might be Jalen that might have to do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, hon.
Well, welcome to meet you, Jalen.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Jalen.
But why do you have the Monroe at the end?
That's my real name.
Oh, that's your real.
Aha! So every time you say Monroe, okay, just so you know, James.
Yeah, you see, now I got to be careful because when I say Monroe, because there is a Monroe out there.
Yeah, I know the Monroe. Yeah, but it's not.
Monroe,
Jalen's
not
not
this.
the Monroe, right?
Thank you, Jalen. Honestly, I think I've seen Jalen go, I want to go on, I want to go on, and everybody's hangout.
Well, not everyone's hangout.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Dimitri says, I have a video on my channel titled Fuck You, Stinky Wrinkle.
Has anyone gone to Dimitri's channel? Because here is a guy
Yes,
so unlikely to make these types of videos.
yes,
Seriously.
I love his channel. He introduced me to that whole Amy Slayton group, because when people would talk about them, I didn't know what they meant. And he does very, very fair, very good videos about like reactions to what's going on in that community. And it's very good, very entertaining. I subscribe to his channel. I said so before, I think in another hangout. I think it was the last one on your birthday.
So Jalen, my love,
Yes.
what would you like to say? Because she's like, I want to go on.
No, I just like talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think of everything that's been going on thus far, like in a general sense?
It's a complete mind fuck.
Uh-huh.
I'll agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
just
almost like it's almost like being involved in the Matrix, right? Where you feel like you just
like
Can I
you
get
feel
out?
like you feel like you know everything. You piece the information together, and then boom, something else comes up, and it's like, what the fuck? I thought it was this, now it's that. So I give up.
Well, listen, Jalen, I've seen you in a lot of periscopes. You and I have been in the same periscopes, actually. What keeps you in there? Why do you continuously go back?
I get bored.
Is it really just
I get bored.
The storyline gets boring. Yeah.
I
So
think we all need to make a New Year's resolution that our boredom or what have you, we need new hobbies. We have to find new
Yeah,
hobbies that have
yeah, we got to
nothing
get out
to
and ride our
do,
bikes.
yeah, nothing to do with tuning into a screen of any kind. Just saying.
so
Yeah.
True.
Jaden Monroe,
Jalen.
Jalen, sorry, Jalen. How long have
Yeah.
you been on Periscope?
I've had my Periscope account for a year. I've been tuning into this information for about 4 months. So
Okay. Have you scoped yet?
yes, but they were private.
Paul, I just want to answer Paul real quick. I deleted it, Paul. I it was Josh Harris, I think was my
Mm-hmm.
Periscope name, but I never went on and like did any videos. I would just watch other people, and the reason I signed up was because I was worried about our mutual friend, and I didn't know, that she was saying things about me behind my back, and I was truly concerned for her, that she was going to be okay. So I would just like watch, and then, when I found out, I was like, oh no, I need to get off of all of this. So I got off of Periscope. But it's so much like YouTube alone, like when you subscribe to a lot of good people's channels,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot, because we got lives, we got things to do and stuff, and I just couldn't, I didn't, I don't want to like live my life on the internet. And anybody who does and does like daily vlogs and stuff, I give them a lot of credit in this day and age of hackers and doxers and people like that. And it's just, I like, I live my life in the public for a certain period of time, and now I just want to be kind of left alone. Like if I go
Mm-hmm.
to the drugstore and somebody says, are you so and so? My response was, I used to be. I'm no longer, but I used to be. But the residual checks are nice when they come in. If they get played too much, it goes down. Like they send you a check for like 15 cents. It's like throw it away. But
Well, here's the thing about, the transitioning from YouTube to Periscope back to YouTube, because I like I said before in the other hangout, I feel like Periscope is like the lazy man's YouTube, because at that point you don't have to edit, you don't have to worry about content. All you have to worry about is if you have an audience and a clickbait title, because let's be real here. Um, but it's like for me in general, like when I know I have to go and sit down and do a video, I'm like always worried now, are they going to ask me in the comments, or the people that are now following me only coming there now because I've been associated with those people from the viewer's voice, is now all that always going to be attached to what I do from here on out? Because if that's the case, how do I transition away from that? And I think that's what I've been struggling with. Like a lot of people are like, oh, don't stop doing scopes, don't stop doing hangouts. But I'm like, I don't want to always, even though it's inevitable, I don't want to always end up talking about their dramas, their stuff. But I think the reason it ends up going there is because, like I said, there's never an end to the fucking story. Like right off into the sunset, fucking disappear, let something blow up and let it be done.
yeah.
No, we can't have that.
Right. And, Gigi told me something that helped me a lot, is that, she believes in daily affirmations and stuff like that. And I try to just only allow positive energy. That's why, like, I laugh and say, yeah, I was on camera and some troll came in and said, watch, that's who, he is. And yeah, okay, I'm not 20 anymore. I never said I was, but it's just, try to let only positive, if I get a vibe from somebody in real life, like a friend or somebody that is like negative or likes to make drama, I just totally cut them off. And that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
what happened with our friend. I just had, you know I just, it was too much of a shock you know, because I feel like I bent over backwards for her, and I was truly like you were, you know, kind of.
Here's the thing I feel about the situation, and then I'm gonna let you just say what you have to say, because I had a public Periscope again answering
Mm.
her one liner of "You went to my number one offender," and what irritated me about that was the word betrayal, because if I heard that word once out of that girl's mouth, I must have heard it 50,000 times this entire year. Everybody that doesn't jump on board with her betrays her. Everybody that doesn't agree, that doesn't support, that doesn't go to bat for her, that doesn't stand up for her is a betrayer. Well,
Mm.
and my answer to that was, well, you sort of put yourself in that position because he was your buddy. That was your number one. You protected him.
Oh
You
yeah.
sat on your own videos, 35 minutes of talking against, in the name of him, against Nina, against anybody that came for him, Kat, any of them. And then you made a video where he gave you a letter, which never made sense to me, that he was leaving YouTube. And there you were, tearily eyed, all about reading his words and all this heartfelt shit. And then the next thing you know, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Well,
Well,
because he made the choice to end it all because it was, I believe it was supposed to be fun, and it was supposed to be kind of like they say on RuPaul, kikiing, you know, and
mhm.
then it got dirty and it got nasty, and he realized, hey, this is under my account, I need to end this. So he kind of cut off, you know, and but the video actually made me laugh because, like, you're fired. Well, none of them were being paid, so how
Right.
could they be fired?
Right.
You
Exactly.
know, I mean,
He did
Donald
that
Trump,
because,
you're
listen,
fired.
but I'll tell you something.
right.
He did that because everybody had an entitlement. That's what he got on me about. You were never part of the viewer's voice. How dare you? No, you invited us. But guess what, darling? You're not also being paid by YouTube to have it. You're being paid by YouTube because you're making content. So anybody could have jumped
Hmm.
on there. Anybody. So no,
Oh yeah,
nobody was being paid for it. He was, but
right,
not in the same sense as he's speaking about it. But
right.
the thing I'm trying to say is like when you're trying to just be you outside of all this, that wasn't possible because at some point it was like, oh, here we go, somebody's periscoping, somebody's, what's happening now, what's
Hmm.
happening now. And
Yeah.
for me, after a while, it was like there's never a means to an end. And the way that she would tell a story, like it never gives you the full story. It never says like, oh, she just went to him and told him this.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
not how
know.
it went.
I know.
I did not do that. I went on his hangout first. Did you guys ever stop to think that that was not the easiest thing for me to do, to come on somebody who uh was telling me in public to kill myself? Now I'm on his hangout.
Mm.
Did anyone think for 2 seconds, wow, that couldn't have been easy for her? No. I went
Mm.
on there to say, okay, children, one side is not right, the other side's not right. Let's sort of come to some common denominator. If I'm here, the sensible one, the one everybody says calms things down, maybe somebody could, I don't know, get to a point where there's a mutual conversation. But
Hmm.
no, one side
Right.
wasn't having that because it was, fuck that. I'm not going
Right.
on his terms, and all this. And the other one was like, but see, I'm trying not to be in the drama. See, somebody was playing the good cop, somebody was
Right.
playing bad cop. So
Well,
for
they did.
me, in the
Yeah.
middle of all that, I'm like, all right, fine. I tried. I tried. But when other serious, more just like you have to make snap decision issues come out, and it
Yeah.
was, oh, well, he didn't take 2 seconds to just hit that broadcast button. Neither do you, sweetheart. So what's the
Hmm.
difference?
Yeah. Well, it was weird. I always thought it was weird because um they treated him like he was um I don't I
They really
just
called him the Red Queen.
they did, and it got kind of Manson-y, cultish kind of, and then like he would go his own way, and Lori would basically do all of the work, and keep it going and stuff. And then, Catnip would say on panel, like, oh, Nick is periscoping. And why would they go and look? I mean, it's really, that was weird. That I felt was weird. Anytime everybody like kind of treats somebody as though they're special. I mean, trust me, I've met people that are billionaires that own property all over the world that do not demand that kind of, like, not respect, but just kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a cult leader kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that I thought was weird, but I did get caught up in it in the beginning and stuff, and then I realized it just wasn't healthy, and my sister is she's a psychologist, and I talked to her a lot about stuff, and she told me it's toxic. Go on Amazon, go on eBay, just if you use YouTube, if you want to learn how to do something, I've done that a million times. You can search anything and someone will be showing you how to fix something, or how-to videos. There's not so many of them. The drama channels kind of have taken over, but I find it interesting that Catnip kind of went on her own and kind of got out of the mix, and she really did the smart thing, I think, and I when people used to say stuff like she's not that smart, this or that, no, she just doesn't put herself in that drama, and she went away and did her own thing, and she's getting sponsors and stuff, so more props to her for being able to do that.
Now, Josh, Catnip, that is Sherry Wheeler, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Catnip
Yeah, me and her. The what?
Her name is Catnip Hellcat.
Oh, Catnip
No,
Hellcat.
that's a different.
That's her YouTube name.
Yeah, that's a different.
Are you
name.
talking about Cat the Glamorous Life?
No.
Oh,
no, I'm
okay.
talking about Sherry Wheeler. Yeah, me and her had an issue while she was with them, and she did block me. I did go out there. I was out. I heard she was kind of freaked out by it, or somebody, Barbie, might have looked at it and was freaked out about how I went out and said, I think Sherry Wheeler's living out by me. And I went out with my periscope and I went to a farm. And I found her sitting in a field with other cows.
You had me up until the end, James. You had me up until the end. Oh, my God. That poor woman. Was anybody who's in the side chat, did anybody go on when they were trying to make things, smooth things over, and they did a roast, and you could roast, the side chat had to roast the people on the panel? Does anybody remember that?
Oh, I wish I was there.
Oh, that was so funny. Like, somebody said that Nick looked like a 40-year-old lesbian, and somebody somebody said that Lori is so old that she has flashbacks in black and white, and but they wanted, they were laughing, and it was a very memorable. Everybody was just having fun, and nobody was taking anything serious. And if they would have kept it like that, it would have been okay. But they, it just banned. Like you said, everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And the longer I live, the more I realize that, because I've told everybody, when you have PTSD. You have a pet and it's considered a comforting, it's a legal thing. Like, if I moved into an apartment, I would not be charged for a pet. And I had a dog for 14 years and he passed away, and
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Don't get him
Thank you.
started. I don't want him to cry
I ain't gonna cry. I'm
again.
over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. You know, I just had to move past it, and
Mhm.
but I needed that time off of YouTube and stuff. But there was who was it? I forget, but a lot of people reached out who saw that, and I you go through things, and he had a good life, and he lived beyond the years that breed is supposed to live. So everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when getting back to you know, I'm glad to hear you laughed on, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That, everything, and that's hard for the brain to perceive, that everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end, because it reminds us of our own mortality. And we don't want to, really know that. But, listening to MB, and she's come to terms with it, really is enlightening. And there needs to be more YouTubers that give that kind of content and stuff like that, instead of people getting on there saying, she said this about me or that, and gossip and crap. And that guru gossip, like, I went on there one time just to see what everybody was talking about, and I was like, this is like weird. I don't understand it. I mean,
It's not weird. It is a place where people go that don't want to be identified, that either have been blocked or just don't want to leave those comments on people's YouTubes because it's pretty hateful, that need
mhm.
to go there. And they all claim they're so smart and logical and have lives and kids and all this, but they need this. It's like something they need to do. And for me, it's like when I used to read it, because I read it a lot, it used to be the same 5 to 7 people, the same ones would be on different people's threads, knocking them to pieces. And they would be on Nikki's and knocking her, and on Trisha Paytas, and just whoever, and just the same people. I'm like, so as much as people knock you for saying, oh, you're so dramatic and you're so boring, they're doing the same thing by giving into it and commenting and keeping it going. It's like that
Mhm.
movie. Did you ever see the movie Accused, Josh, with Jamie, Jodie Foster?
No.
Okay, well, the movie is about, she was a waitress, she got raped, but she couldn't go after her rapist because she basically was very promiscuous. But the lawyer went after the people that kept the rape going, the ones that kept hootering and
I did
hollering.
see that
Okay,
movie. Yeah,
so
okay, I did. I
do
did.
you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
these people keep it going. That's what I'm saying. You can end something so quickly by just
Yeah.
making it so deadly quiet. Like, nothing screams more of just an example of how people are no longer interesting to you than
Mm.
crickets. Nobody.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't find it entertaining. I found it offensive to people that I didn't even know. But the reason I went on is when you did that video, or somebody did a video about you and Nikki getting kicked off of
Yeah,
Guru Gossip.
stinky wrinkle.
Yeah, and I went on. What's interesting, I know how everybody thinks they know who Stinky Wrinkle is,
It's me.
and it's not you. James, come on. We know it's not you.
Oh
Okay,
no,
but
I keep. Oh, by the way, if
what?
anybody's in side chat, I cannot see the side chat. So if you're talking to me, just hello, and you know, I'm not responding because I don't have.
He doesn't
I
have his
can't.
cheaters on.
Yeah, I don't have the cheaters on. I gotta find them. I laid them down somewhere. But no, I don't have the side chat here. I can't see it on my phone.
That's okay. That's why I have the eyes that you don't, James. I'm reading it. It's all good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
I
So,
Yeah.
want to take my.
Jalen, I have to ask, because she said almost Periscope made me get my wine bottle. Why, Jalen?
She proved that the person wasn't actually her. And again, mind fuck.
Hmm.
Because I started not believing it once Tanya was holding out on the so-called proof Amina gave her.
Hmm.
So I was kind of like, well, you were so happy once you got this proof. Where is it? It takes you
Yeah.
that long to black out a couple of lines on a piece of paper? Like, where is it?
Yeah, did she ever like you before you accuse somebody of stuff like that? You have to really have proof that that is the person. And she was saying that the face matched and everything like that. And then, you know, I guess Alma's husband got involved and, you know, said, leave us alone, you know. So I didn't finish following it. So it wasn't Alma and all that was like made up.
I don't really know. I don't know why Amina would make all of that up. If she did, she's a good
I know.
storyteller.
But
Yeah, and
see,
but
who
she
did she, but see the common denominator, right? Again, as I've said
right.
before, was the insistent. See, my thing is why did Tanya feel all of a sudden now it was so imperative to talk about, oh, all this stuff she gave me, she stole it from bins. If you knew that, why did you take it all?
And
Yeah.
she said she saw her stealing it from the building one day. She was putting it all in her truck, and I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you report it?
Oh, I'll tell you why, Jalen. Just like she told me, because Alma was there. Alma was there for me. She's always there for me. She stood up for me. She did this, that, because somebody did something for Tanya. See, the problem with that is once you do anything for Tanya, then the expectation gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's a balloon you can't keep refilling. It just needs to deflate or pop. Because seriously, after a while it's I can't even explain it. It's like a baby that can't stop sucking on the teat of its mother. It just doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I all I know is that if that that person made a mistake, I mean, you know, and dug into somebody's past like that, and it's not the right person, an apology, at least a public apology needs to be given. I mean, because that's accusing a woman of abandoning her child. And like, that's really hurtful. I mean, that's really, you know, going for somebody's jugular. That's hitting below the belt.
And what I think is gonna happen is Tanya's gonna put this all on Amina, all of it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree with you.
you know, Amina sounds like such a nice person and that she was trying to help, you know, but what wasn't adding up was that she worked as a paralegal. Now, why, you know, I know they said the Bosnian community is a small group, just like Little Italy is, you know, and in New York and stuff, but I don't know. It just didn't ring true. Um, you know, it just, I don't know. It just, I felt like, you know, where's the proof? Like you said, block out a couple names and show us the proof. And that never happened. And she had the nerve to keep like going on, chatting about her life. And all of a sudden, that huge mess was not spoken about anymore. And that's when I like said, you know, I'm out of here. Like, this is bullshit. This woman either has severe problems or, you know, this is not worth my time anymore.
Exactly. It's not worth anybody's time. And the more you know about it, the dirtier you feel. At least I did. Like every time I heard something else, that's why I went on Periscope the other day. I'm like, she's not going to do to me what she thinks she's done to other people. Whether it's like, oh, see, now Dawn's the example because she did this. Oh, no, 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 no. It doesn't work that way. I don't come in with anybody else. I don't have an army behind me. I don't tell people to do my bidding for me. I don't go sending other people to go spying on other people and screenshotting and all this. Whatever I say is coming from my mouth, and that's it. And end of story. You
Well,
know?
when before I knew like what she did to me, I saw that Nick was kind of bashing her, and I said in the side chat, or I said no in the comment section, I said, you know, Nick, she went up against Nina for you in one video or two videos, and you know she was a real friend. So you know, I mean, Nina scares me. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I can't watch some of her, her crazy videos. Hang on one second. Where you going? Okay, okay. You know what I want, yeah. The fish? Sorry, okay. But that's my friend. But anyways, yeah, and he ignored it and kicked me out of the room. Or no, he ignored it and then never replied and deleted the comment. And because, somebody who goes up against Nina for somebody else is, a friend, like a real friend, I would think. But when you get on camera and you call somebody out the way she called Nina out, and she was saying, come for me, I dare you, when you egg somebody on like that, that never did anything to you, because as far as I know, it was between Nick and Nina and not Tanya, but she injected herself because she was his friend and did that. And I now I know why he removed himself, from that situation.
I think we have to stop calling them friends and start calling them frenemies, because that's
Frenemies.
exactly what they all were. These people, this is not a friend. None of them were friends. I'm sorry, none of them. Friends, bottom line, do not treat each other this disgusting. None of them.
Right.
The ones that got close to them, the ones that tried, like us outsiders, yeah, maybe. The ones internally.
Unbothered. Hashtag unbothered. Paul, I love that. He watches Rich Lux because that's his thing. Hashtag unbothered. I want shirts. I told him he should do merchandise. I want merchandise with the crown and unbothered. Hashtag. Yeah, or not bothered, isn't it? Not bothered. I don't know, but that's funny. But Pest Control Man, I got to tell you, you are funny. Like, you had made me laugh at those hangouts so many times that actually I thought when I heard about James, I thought James was Pest Control Man.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, James has been, topic of conversation, and it didn't start out to be, in this wonderful way it is now. But that's what I'm saying about the difference between deciphering all the bullshit and getting to know somebody that, maybe is not as bad as everybody keeps making them out to be. Like, I had more respect for him just trying to be, just trying to have fun with Periscope, just trying to, interact with everybody, maybe not necessarily getting involved with the drama, even though he does get involved with the drama. But just, I decided one day out of the blue, and now I'm sure James will be able to say, like, I called him one day and I was like, listen, I wanted him and I just to have a real conversation with nobody else's input, nobody else's anything. And he was floored. He couldn't believe it was me, number one. And then he would go on Periscope and go, ha, 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 viewer's voice. I'm talking to somebody and you don't know who it is. And I'm like dying. But I knew that it was fun for him. But then, like, James will get a little bit too caught up in some other people's things, and he feels for everybody. And that's what I like about him. It's like he does have a heart. And that's why I think I saw through all the other stuff. And, look at him on the panel. He's intelligent. He's very articulate. He engages in conversation. He's not the crazy person everybody paints him out to be. Just on Periscope, maybe, but,
No, he's having fun. I think he created a character. Yeah.
Just Periscope, that's all.
See?
Yeah. But you created a character, right? Like an acting character, like when you go on.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. There's three of me. There's three of us.
Oh my god.
There's James.
Yeah.
Then you got the Midnight Rocker, and if I'm feeling real kind of itchy, looking to, just scream and yell, got Big M.
Big M, that's funny.
Yeah, well, Big M had a major accident. He was working in a body shop, and his face, he fell, slipped on some antifreeze, and the fan of the radiator was going in the car to kind of mutilated his face.
Okay,
so he wears a hockey mask.
Okay, so he got a
Oh,
lot of
like
money through
Jason?
workers' comp.
Yes, yes, yes. His face got mutilated up by the fan in the
There
body
are some
shop.
of
So,
his characters. I get like, whoa, James, we're on crazy street today, aren't we? But
well, I had Barbie tell me. I don't know if you talked to Barbie.
mm-mm.
She's a scoper on Periscope, but
Yeah.
she told me some of the time she's starting to get worried about me. She's thinking, "Oh my God." That's cool. I like it though. I like it. People
Yeah.
start thinking, put
I
it
mean,
out
I
there.
I
Holy
watch
shit!
Barbie Scope sometimes, and I
Mhm.
like her personality, and you know how everybody is hates, you know, is against Trump. She had the balls to like tell everybody that she supports him, and you know she got some backlash from it and stuff. But I respect somebody who is willing to take that kind of heat. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
there was speculation that she was Stinky Wrinkle, but she
No,
wasn't.
I told you all before. I'm Stinky Wrinkle.
Everyone's
I got
Whoa. Oh
I got the
yeah.
habitual gas and the wrinkle underneath my beard.
What do you guys
What?
think? What do you guys think about Stinky Wrinkles signing off? And that's it.
What?
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? Stinky Wrinkle signed off?
Yep.
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 When was this?
Said goodbye.
When did this happen?
Yeah.
When the hell did this
About
happen?
4 days ago,
A
I
few
think.
days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stinky Wrinkle didn't say goodbye to me. What the fuck?
But how could Stinky Wrinkle say goodbye to you if you are Stinky Wrinkle, James? It's like saying goodbye to
Well,
yourself.
I knew that was a troll.
Yeah.
With that account, I knew it was a troll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what?
Well, now somebody. Well, wow. And whoever Stinky Wrinkle was left
Yeah.
4 days ago. I wonder who it
Yeah.
was.
There were two people. It wasn't one. There were two. They had a bad video. They had a bad video up about a friend of mine, and I DM Stinky Wrinkle, and I said, "Would you please remove that video because very hurtful, and you know, if you have a heart, please do that." And they did. So I would get like on Twitter, I would talk to Stinky Wrinkle, and I would make jokes like, you know, oh, I know who you are, and this and that. She goes, the mystery is that no one will ever know who I am,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. And
Well,
it's somebody who knew how to edit, I'll tell you that.
it's sort of the way Karma Kamina disappeared. It's sort of the way Army of Santee disappeared.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I don't know those guys. Or those ladies.
Well, Kamina, when Lori first said, I didn't know who that was. I thought it was Karina Kaboom.
Oh, God
But
help us all.
you gotta love. I mean, I watch
No,
her
I
because
don't,
it's a,
Josh. No, I
oh my
don't.
God, she's a train wreck though, and she knows
Exactly.
it. And she knows it. And she puts subliminal things in her video. Like when she wants to shade Peter Mon, you know how like your computer, there's a computer in the background?
Yes, she
There-
puts the little screensavers. I
Yes!
Oh
And just
my
looking at the
God.
camera, talking so
I
like,
know.
you know.
Oh my god.
I actually, she can't leave comments, so I DM'd her and asked her a question about something, and she answered back, you know, and she seemed, you know, she's the ballsy Italian New York woman who is gonna say what she feels like, and she ain't gonna stand for anything, you know what I mean? And she's just so funny because sometimes there'll be like a really big shiny spot on her forehead, you know, and now she's wearing a hat
my
that
God.
says Molly on it, a hat that says Molly. Like, is she losing her hair and she's covering it up with red and you know, she has this one red hat, and then she's got a hat that says, and she says, oh, just so everybody knows, it's Molly means drugs, but that's not it. Molly could be my middle name. I mean, she is a train
Okay.
wreck.
Have you guys seen J Diddy?
Oh, not this again.
No.
Oh no, that guy is
I don't know who
funny as heck. He is funny as hell.
Who is he?
Jay Diddy.
You were like, pray for Jay Diddy.
Yeah, he was kicked off for a while, so they banned him for a while. Somehow they,
So we should pray for him
yeah.
because he got kicked off an app.
This guy's
Pray
a
for
funny
him.
guy. He is a funny guy. You, you got to watch him. He's funny. He dresses up like an old man and goes shopping. One of those little carts with the wheels. You know, the little senior. It's funny as hell. I swear to God. Then he does.
Oh my God.
Then he takes and puts his number on what a back page. What is? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
He puts his number on back page, and he takes this makeup. And I swear to God, I stare at the guy all day. He looks that ugly with the makeup. He dresses up as a woman, and he starts tranny trapping.
Oh my God. Oh, I get a big shot. You know who I love and I watch her and I just think she's such a kind-hearted woman is Rosie.
Who's
Rosie
Rosie?
O'Kelly. Rosie O'Kelly. Okay.
Huh?
There's a community on YouTube of people who I don't know how I fell into it because I don't like RV and they travel. They're travelers. So they live in their RVs and
We lost Dawn.
how come we lose Dawn?
I don't see her
She'll
face
come
there.
back.
I do. I see two Dawns.
No, I don't see her anymore.
Oh, she just went away on my screen. She'll
Thanks
be
a
back.
lot,
She might come
Dawn.
back.
What happened?
You could have told
I
us
mean, she's
you were going to go use the bathroom. Jesus Christ!
Oh no, Nick found out where she lived. She's just having technical difficulties. She'll be back. But there's this community, and Rory, who is Vegas Vixen, who I like, and I have a lot of respect for because she's starting her own makeup line and she's selling it, and she's creating her own brand, and that you gotta be strong. You gotta be able to really know all about the laws and stuff like that. And so I like Rory, and I was told don't like Rory, she's this, she's that, and to me she's a nice person and I like her and I like watching her videos. And Rosie O'Kelly is a transition a while ago, and she has she lives in, I don't know. She was like in like a farm or something, and she's very sweet. And she does hangouts, and that whole community comes in. And in this community is a character. Okay, he used to be called Elvis Travels. Have you guys heard of him?
Yeah. She told me about him. Yeah.
What's the funniest thing is he thinks he's famous, right? But he travels in an RV he calls the Lisa Marie. He was an Elvis impersonator, but now, he's older and, so it's so funny because he doesn't have Wi-Fi. So he'll go in the parking lot of a Walmart, right? And he'll do live chats and like they'll knock on the door. Like the security will say, sir, what are you doing here? And he goes, oh, I just bought something at Walmart. But this is all on camera. It's all happening on camera. You could actually watch it, but he's got a new name because I think they kicked him off under Elvis Travels, and it's like the Arsenian God is his name.
Yeah, that's what I heard her say, Arsenian God. I gotta call him out because he's out here by me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Lucky you. Right? He's funny to watch, though. If you want to watch, it's funny.
Vegas told me that I gotta call him out on YouTube or something, or go to his channel.
You should.
And call him out sometime.
Yeah. Did Dawn ever come back?
I saw. No, not
I don't
yet.
see her.
Oh my God, Jalen, did you take over her channel?
What?
It's so funny, but I like your icon. I like the yin and the yang. That's so true.
It reminds me of a Chinese star.
Hey, Jeff's got both
Actually,
of Rory's highlighters. Yeah, I heard very good things about Rory's stuff. I mean, I don't wear makeup or anything, but I still like if somebody's interesting to me, like I find Rory to be interesting, and I find Natalie to be interesting. So I'll watch them just because they're interesting, and they have personality, and they're just fun to watch, and uh,
Now
it's funny.
that Jay Diddy guy I was telling you about, and like the tranny trapping, he's not like racist or anything or against anybody. I guess he at one point supposedly there's a story. I mean, not a story. Somebody said this guy donated money to a fallen officer out by where he lives, and he lives out by Vegas actually.
Hmm.
But he's a funny ass guy. I'm sorry, he cracks me up. There's a couple of them out there. There was a guy, Drunk Jeff, from Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. He's on Periscope. Drunk Jeff. He
Oh my
takes
God.
he takes phone calls. People call him up, and he has some hammer thing going bam, 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 and he blocks people too.
Oh my God. So Elvis is a what does she call them? Kimmies? Yeah, Elvis is a kimmer. Elvis was flirting with Kim.